as endpoint. What do we call endpoint? So these endpoints are provided by the AWS automatically. Endpoint will be provided by AWS. So whenever you launch an DB instance, automatically an endpoint will be generated. So all the applications will be connected to that endpoint in order to connect to the database. Okay. Whenever you go and launch the DB instance will be created and the endpoint will be generated and use that endpoint to connect to your applications. Make sense? Getting it? Okay. Can you tell me, is that only one application will be connected to the databases or there will be multiple applications? There will be multiple applications that will be connected to the database, not only one. Okay. So now I have so many applications. Let's say, for example, I have some reporting applications, some BI, business intelligence applications, where I will be reading a lot instead of writing. Guys, tell me, there might be applications where it is used for reading purpose, for read purpose only. So I have these two applications where it is used for read purpose. Right? Okay. So, and if you have so many applications that will be connecting to the DB instance, what will happen to the DB instance? There will be a performance issue. Correct? And by the way, guys, whenever this RDS is regional, okay, RDS is regional, right? You can create in any of the availability zone, like 1A like this. Okay. So all the applications you are connecting to the master server. Please call it as master server, the main server. All the applications you will be connecting to it. The writes will be happening here only, and lots of reads are happening here only. So if you are if it is like that, it's kind of like that kind of architecture, you will have a performance issues. So RDS came up. This AWS came up with one nice feature where if you have read kind of applications, do not connect to the your main instance or master instance or your primary instance. So AWS came up with like this. You can have a separate servers and we call them as read replicas. What do we call? We call them as read replicas. Yeah, like views. Call them as read replicas. Read replicas. This is one read replica and this is another read replica. So you can create a read replicas. So these read replicas is only used for read purpose, guys. Only reads. Can you give me a second? Tell me a nice way how to handle with this credit cards, loan guys and all. Always call in very important stuff and ask for, do you need card loans and all, huh? Okay. So what? This is called guys, did we went deeper into read replicas yet? Why Akshay? Kya hua hai? We just started, yeah. Okay. So, guys, instead of, okay, listen this carefully, Akshay. So instead of all the applications that, okay, whenever, so you have the master server here, you have normal database server here. So all the writes and reads are happening on this server only. And you have few applications where it is only used for read purpose, heavy reads. Do you connect to the same database server for the reads, so many reads? No. So if you connect also, you have a performance issues. So for that reason, AWS came up with something called read replicas. So you can create parallelly another servers, a kind of replica of your main server. And this will be only used for read, only reads, no writes. Because we call it as read replicas, right? So read replicas is used only for read purpose, not for write purpose. So you connect all your applications to it, and it will also have its own endpoints, correct? So you have few applications which is used for read purpose. Go and connect to this endpoint. And you can share the load like this. Right? And how the data will be replicated from your master server to here? Yes, that will be handled by the AWS itself. So there will be a replication happening, right? There will be a replication happening from your main instance, your primary instance to your replication server, to your read replicas. This replication is completely handled by AWS. And remember, this replication is not synchronous, it is synchronous. This replication is asynchronous. Asynchronous meaning what? So, how can we find its read or write? Which one? How can we find its read or write? Which one? The DB servers? Ah, okay. So those are okay. Hold on. So tell me yes. Okay. You go to, okay, hold on. So you go to the RDS service. We'll go to the RDS service and we'll go and create one DB instance. Okay. Okay. First thing, when we create a DB instance, that is normal standalone instance. Correct. Okay. And you have application and you will be connecting to this DB instance endpoint and you will be reading and writing it. Correct. Okay. And now you have few other applications also where you are planning to connect to this your DB instance, correct? But those applications are read heavy purpose. So is it it is recommended to connect to this your main instance? No. For that reason, we need to take an additional next step to create one more DB instance out of your main instance, main server, out of that main server. Okay. Okay. Got it? Got it, guys? So we'll be going and creating a DB instance, another DB instance, one more DB instance that will be from where we create the read replicas from here. So generally the role of this would be normal instance. But whenever you create a replica out of it, this will become primary instance. Everyone understood now? So we'll be going and creating the read replicas. Okay, good. So guys, these read replicas, so it is asynchronous. What I said is asynchronous. Asynchronous meaning whenever you are writing any here, the writes will happen, then it will be replicated here. So will there any parallel writes are happening from here, all three at the same time like this? No. right? So that's why it is called asynchronous. Okay, nice. So question for you here is, does each and every read replica has its own endpoints? Answer is yes. Answer is yes. Another question. So these read replicas, okay, now tell me, is it possible to write on read replicas? No, good. So these read replicas are used to increase the performance. Agree? Read replicas are used to increase the performance. You know how many maximum read replicas you can create for one server is maximum 5 read replicas. How many? 5 read replicas. And these read replicas can be in different availability zones, guys. So this read replica I can put it in 1B, this read replica I can put it in 1C. And also these read replicas can be in different regions as well. So this can be in here and this can be in some other regions also. So read replicas. So you can create one primary instance in Mumbai, and if you have a requirement to have it in different other region, okay, you can set it up. No issues. The read replicas can be in different availability zones and cross regions too. Okay. So read replicas can be used to used for read purpose, not for write purpose. Not for write purpose. And read replicas have their own endpoints. Read replica has their own endpoints. Okay, got it, guys? Everyone clear till here? Makes sense? Okay. So now, let's say, for example, you have a read replica, right? There is a question: can we make read replica as primary? Okay, I'll come to that point. Hold on. So now you have a read replica, and all of a sudden you don't want the replication. You don't want the replication, and you want to become this read replica wants to become a standalone. So anytime you can promote it, guys. Anytime we have a concept called anytime RR can be promoted to standalone. So let's say one of the read replica wants to be promoted to standalone. So if you want to promote to standalone, what is the reason? So do we have any replication? No, you will not be having any replication anymore if you promote to the standalone. So the replication will be disconnected, and this will become as a standalone. If it is standalone, will it take writes? Yes. If RR becomes standalone, it will it it will take reads and writes also. So if it has become standalone, that will not be a RR anymore. Okay. Yeah. So you're promoting it. Got it, guys? Everyone clear till here? This is one of the important topic called read replicas. Are it hero by I'll come back to that. What is that failover concept? I'll come. Will the endpoint change? So endpoints will not change. No. Okay. So now, so I have got two questions already. So what happened if that goes down, this goes down, that backup this? So for that, we have a concept called multi-AZ. Everyone write down. There is a question, sir, when it promoted to standalone? Question mark. Question mark is missing, Monica. So guys, what are the scenarios then we will promote to standalone? Because if you don't want to read replicas, remove it. So there is it's depend upon the requirement purely. Okay. So multi-AZ. So this multi-AZ concept is used for high availability purpose. So multi-AZ is for high availability purpose. How does this? So what is this high availability purpose? This multi-AZ. Let's say, for example, I'll take the real time. So you went and launched one RDS DB instance. You went and learned an RDS DB instance. Let's say it can be a MySQL or something. Okay. So this will have its own endpoints. And also, guys, by the way, it also has the instance type. We don't call it as instance type, we call it as DB type. What is that? DB type, DB instance type. Okay. DB instance type. So this DB instance type, let's say, for example, you have taken T2 X large, for example. Okay. T2 X large. Okay. So now you have this DB instance. And you have an option called, you have a radio button or a checkbox option called, you want multi-AZ or not, right? Multi-AZ or not. So guys, what will happen if you select, yes, I need multi-AZ high availability. If I need multi-AZ option, what will happen is, guys, a parallelly another DB server will be created. A parallelly another replica of this, the replica of this will be created. Okay. But the thing is, it will not be visible for us in the backend. In the backend, it will be created, right? It will not be visible for us. And there will be a continuous replication will be happening to this. Do we need to care on that? No. So replication. This is synchronous replication. So whatever the writes are happening on your main machine, the same writes will be happening also on the other machine. So just excuse me, give me a second. Okay, sorry. Singers and trainers should keep their throat very healthy, huh? Okay. So just in case, so guys, just in case, if your DB instance is down, again I'm saying, just in case your main DB instance is down, the failover will be happening to this server automatically. The failover will be happening automatically. Okay. So the failover happens, the endpoint will change here in this case? No. Endpoint remain same. Because if failure happens, if the endpoint changes, in all your applications, you need to change it, right? So no. So here endpoints remain same. But the big thing here is, let's say you are paying some $100, for example, for this machine. If you enable multi-AZ, parallel another $100 need to be paid. So multi-AZ is double cost. Many people doesn't know this. They'll just go and enable multi-AZ and then thinking that they need high availability. And now at the end of the month, the charge will be doubled. Agree? Understood now? You understood what is this multi-AZ concept? So can you enable multi? Okay, now in this case, in read replicas, can you enable multi-AZ? Yes, you have option, no? Multi-AZ. If you want high availability, yes, go and enable. For each and every server that what you create, have there is an option. So if you need multi-AZ, go and enable multi-AZ. But very importantly, here you need to remember one thing. Multi-AZ, okay, when the server will go down. But guys, these servers are completely managed by AWS. Let's say you from application side, someone is writing a big query and big query got hanged. And so there are so many, ideal queries, and it's happening like this inside the machine. Do you have any failure for these DB operations? Answer is no. For DB operations, you don't have the failover. Right? DB operations will not have any failover. Anything related to network, right, servers, etc., will have failover because that is managed by AWS. So DB operations will not have any failovers. Okay. So in multi-AZ, endpoints will change. In multi-AZ, endpoint will not change after failover. You can enable multi-AZ for read replica also, correct? For multi-AZ, charges are doubled. Is it possible to do SSH RDP for these DB instances? Are not possible to the RDS DB instance. No, not possible. So it is not, it is server, but you can connect only to the, you can connect. Okay. So how do you connect to the engines? So you need to download some clients and then you'll be connecting to the endpoint. That's it. Is it possible to connect directly to the servers using RDP and SSH? No. That is managed by AWS. Is this clear till here, everyone? Any questions till here? All good? Super. Okay. Now let's see what are the features we have it in RDS. Okay. RDS features. So the main thing when we talk about the databases is backups, correct? So what are these backups called in here is snapshots. What is it? I don't. What are the backups called in RDS? Snapshots. So you can take the snapshots manually also. You can take it automatically also. You can schedule it. So manual snapshots, anytime you can go ahead and take the snapshot. Also automatic also you can do it by scheduling it. Okay, one thing, guys, remember. Okay, this is a DB instance, okay? And you have databases inside it. When I'm talking about the snapshot, the copy of the whole DB instance is called the snapshot. Okay. But is there any way that you take only the backup of the database which is inside? Can AWS will take it? AWS will not have access inside your inside it. No. So if you want to take the databases backup, individual databases backup, it is your responsibility. How you want to take it and put it in some volumes or in some shared locations, if at all you want. But from the AWS point of view, take the snapshot, the whole DB instance. Okay. And by the way, guys, as we are learning about the databases, are we learning here to write any queries, writing tables, creating tables and all? No, that is not our job. So we'll be doing only on the AWS part. Okay. So snapshots, you can take it manual or you can take it automatically. And also if you want to take the database level operations, then your DB will take care. So that is of your extra interest. So I'll write it here. DB level operations like creating tables, store procedures, DB level backups, scripts, functions, security, guys, are handled by customer. Okay. DB instance level, like instance backup meaning snapshot. Okay. Configurations, restorations, uh, capacity, etc. All these operations are handled from RDS instance. Okay. So what are handled by from the operations level and what is handled by the RDS console level from the RDS sorry, not instance, RDS console level is this thing. Okay. Patching and all. Patching is handled by AWS. Remember, platform is handled by AWS. We don't care. Okay. Getting it, guys? And for this RDS DB instance, you can do encryptions, right? Encryption. Remember, we learned encryption, no? So this also has a default key. You can use a default key or you can use from MS. And storage is nothing but volumes here. So you can use your GP2, IO1, etc. The same concept will come here for volumes concept if you want to store the data. And also you will get an instance type. So here we call it as DB instance type. So our favorite T2 micro will be used, but in real time you can use based on your requirement. And we'll be also using security group. Security, the same is security group will be used here, guys. Okay. So same VPC concept, same subnet concept of how we did on EC2, the same thing will be here. And today we have learned read replicas and multi-AZ concepts, no? That will be there. Read replicas or multi-AZ will be there. And nice dashboards will be there. We call it as performance insights. For performance insight. So that meaning which database is, you can monitor, basically monitoring it. How many queries are executed, how many hosts connect, how many queries are there, queries, right? Which is executing top queries, all those, monitoring can be done, something called performance insights. So when you take about backups, guys, will you keep on taking the backups for 6 months, 1 year? I mean, we'll keeping the old backups all the time. Do we need to keep the old backups? There will be a certain limit where we need to go and create the backups. Okay. We need to restore. So there is something called retention period. So how long, how long you can keep it? So guys, from AWS you can maximum 35 days. It's not about industry limit, it's about project customer, based on the customer. But maximum that AWS can give you how many days backup you can retain? Maximum 35 days backup. So default is 7 days. This is for automated backups. Okay. Now, guys, you have scheduled automated backup every day. So for 6 months, we did take every day backup. So for 6 months, meaning how many days that you have the old backups? No. So it will take up to 35 days and it will delete the old days. So latest 35 days only it will keep if you enable automated backups. And if you have a manual backup, will there be any retention period for manual backup? There is no retention period for manual backup. You need to delete it manually, correct? So is there any will be there, guys? Not 35 days. You take the manual backup and then it will not be deleted until you go and delete it. But for automated backups, so maximum 35 days. For manual backups, until unless you go and delete it, it will be there forever. Getting it? And this snapshots can be exported to S3 also. And you can restore it from S3 also, guys. Snapshots, you can, same concept. Snapshot can be copied from one region to other region, can be shared from one account to another account. Guys, did we learn in EC2? The same concept will be applicable here. Okay. And let's say your DB instance is T2 micro and you want to scale up. Can you scale up? Yes, you can scale up. But the thing is, can you scale up on fly this DB instance? No. So you can scale up DB instance, but not on fly. What we need to do? What we need to do? We need to stop the DB instance, correct? Downtime required. Downtime is required. Make sense? There are two other things. So configuration will be there. There is something called parameters group, right? So parameter groups is like, you can, schema, right? Global schemas. Global schema is nothing but, let's say, for example, you can create a group and you can have a parameters created, and that same parameters can be used throughout the DB instances, like a global variable. So you can, and then we have something called subnet group, where you can restrict access for the network. How we have security groups, guys. Security groups also we have used, but subnet level also you can restrict. You can say that only this network can access this database instance, or this can be accessed. So restrictions will be there. And the good thing here, the nice thing here is this RDS also has auto scaling on storage level. Did we heard anything auto scaling on storage level till now? No. So let's say, for example, you have, while creating a DB engine, you have mentioned 100 GB of storage. This 100 GB will be get full in couple of months, right? So after this 100 GB is full, your database will work. If your storage is full, the database will not work. So again, you need to come here, and then increase the size from 100 GB to something else. Instead of that, what we can do is we have auto scaling. You mentioned 100 GB, that's fine. And you mentioned 100 GB. and also you can mention maximum value parallel. You can mention maximum. Let's say if I mention maximum 1000 GB, will it be charged for 1000 GB, guys? No. Until unless the data reaches the 1000 GB, it will not charge. So automatically it will increase on fly. Correct? So if it reaches 100 GB, it will keep on increasing on flight till 1000 GB, right? So the storage auto scaling can also be used. Understood? Guys, is this clear till here? DB operations will not have any failure. That's correct. So you connected here inside it, and then you're doing a lot of things here, and something your data got corrupted. Whose responsibility is that? Customer or AWS? Prakash? Right. So then it is customer, right? So for that failovers will, if the data is corrupted, failover will happen automatically? No. For DB level operations, failover will not happen. The failover will happen only for anything related happen to the on the instance level. What is the difference between DB instance scale versus auto scaling storage? DB instance, oh, Shravan, I didn't expect this question. DB instance scale, do you know? I think you know, but the thing is, Shravan, do you know what scale up T2 micro to T2 small or T2 large? What is that? DB instance scale up only, no? We are talking about the capacity now, and parallelly we are talking about the volume level. So instance level, volume levels, both are different, no? You know that, but didn't strike immediately. Yeah. So can we do what, sir? We can do database migration on premises. Yes, that is very much possible. So guys, there is a service called DMS, database migration service. So Siraj bhai, you can use this service and then easily, it's very, very easy. If you have on-premises Postgres or MySQL, you can create a replica on the database migration and then connect to it and then start migrating it. So it's very simple. Automatically schemas will be get created, and it's very simple. It's not hectic at all. Use this database migration service. Or if you want to replicate like this, you can do it, or else take the backup and then create a DB instance and restore it over there. Guys, you know one thing? Can you elaborate it, sir? Which one? No, DMS. Guys, I'm just giving pointers. So why do we do migration? But migration, it's very easy. But let's see. But we don't talk, but it should be easy. So in DB instance, we can multiple DBs. Guys, can you respond to that question? Is that correct? So he's asking, in one DB engine, can we have Aurora, Postgres, MySQL, everything? Answer is no. One engine. You create an engine DB instance with Postgres, and you can have multiple databases inside it. And if you want Aurora, you create one more engine and Aurora databases. Correct. Aurora, guys, in Aurora is a very good thing. So in Aurora, you have 15 read replicas. How many? In Aurora, 15 read replicas are there. And also, read replica load balancing is also there. and also it is compatible. Yeah, compatible. It's compatible with MySQL and Postgres. Okay, so Aurora is also, because it is a AWS baby, correct? So it has more features a bit, and also you have Aurora serverless now. Aurora serverless. So Aurora serverless. Um, so that meaning automatically based on the load it will take it, and based on the load the infrastructure will go up and down. So you have advanced features also in Aurora. So there is question. You are asking interview questions here. In AWS organization, multiple regions are available, correct? In a region, multiple servers are running like Linux, Windows, and OS, correct? In all OS, Java or Tomato is Tomcat is running. Okay. How to check Java is installed or not in all machine at regional level? So see here, the question here is number one. The question here is, you want to know Java is installed on all the EC2 instance at regional level. Let's say you have Mumbai, you have 10 machines. In Ireland, you have 10 machines. Let's take these two regions, right? So is there any way from AWS directly we get to know this? 100% no. There is no service because AWS will not have access inside your EC2 instance. That is pakka confirm. And it is up to us as a customer, as an engineer, it is up to us whether it's up to us. We need to get that information. So for that, you need to even write a script, or you can get some data extraction. Yes, you can use the CLK tools, or you can go with Ansible. So you can get the data from Ansible also, right? That's a configuration management tool. So through automation, basically, you can achieve it. Correct. Okay. You selected me, Siraj? Yeah. I see. Okay. So what we're gonna do tomorrow is, guys, tomorrow we'll take the practicals. I'm telling you. So practicals, we'll talk a lot there. So if you're done with RDS, if you are good in RDS practical, the rest of the databases also will be very simple. Okay. Good. So take the screenshot. No need, just in case. So, Prakash, we cannot stick only on one thing. No, there might be multiple requirements when we come. So, and also you cannot say no to your company, no, to your manager. I will not do it. Right. So things will be there. How many days left? Take the screenshot first. Mostly the month. No, I think I thought by month end. Month end. So RDS will finish tomorrow. And we take one more service here. Yeah, by next week probably. By next Saturday will aim. Okay. I will not hurry for sure. I'll go with my own pace. Did you saw any differences in the paces, guys? No, right? No, chill, relax, we'll go. Okay. Good. Super. Okay, nice. Can you give me the final CC for today? Thank you, Avinash. Great. So that is all, guys, for today, and I'll see you tomorrow with the RDS practicals. Until then, take care. Bye bye. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow. Bye.